In 1882 in Barcelona, Spain, construction began on a church that is named after the Holy Family. It's now a minor basilica. In 2010, Pope Benedict visited Barcelona, and he went and he consecrated and kind of made it a special place, a place that would be of great note and part of history. That's what a basilica means, that it is a place which is designated as the Pope's type of church that has that recognition to it. But what's unique about this particular church is it was started in 1882. The Pope went and visited it, but it's still not complete. Perhaps you've had the chance to go and to visit it as well, that after 131 years, it still is under construction. And there's no plans for it to be completed until the year 2026. So another 13 years still have to go. It's a magnificent structure of Gothic architecture, kind of really here in our modern day. Kind of a marvel in many ways. A lot of planning has gone into this, a lot of coordination of workers, of artisans, and of master craftsmen. And we may think that that's a long time for this particular church to be built. 144 years is what is estimated. And that is when you think about how things today are constructed here in our country. I'm sure this is a particularly magnificent structure, though. But I'm going to tell you that in Cologne, Germany, the cathedral there took over 600 years to build. 600 years, and it's still around. It's going to be around for hundreds more because of that time that was taken, the determination of the people, and the sacrifice that it took in order to have the building constructed. Each piece, each block was put down with great love. Today in our gospel reading, the Lord speaks about building, a tower that's going to be able to watch out in the fields for those who may come and steal the crops. And that the person who builds the tower is going to think first and foremost about how long is it going to take to build it, how much is it going to take. They're not going to start on a construction project and let it be hanging, not complete it, because it's never a good thing for us to have unfinished business. The Lord wants us to complete what we have started, as long as it is something that is of His grace and of His goodness. We are better off making sure that when we start a project, we bring it to completion. And Jesus today is telling the crowds that He wants them to be brought to completion, and that by following Him, by making that commitment to discipleship, it's going to take effort, it's going to take sacrifice, and it's going to take determination. Now, if you think about this particular gospel, it is in the 14th chapter of Luke's gospel. So we've already seen Jesus go through a lot of different periods here of, the birth and then kind of coming forth and performing miracles, garnering many, many disciples. And they've seen incredible things, and they've liked it. They liked it when Jesus came down upon the rich people and told them that they had to change their lives and live differently. And they cheered Him on. And then He talked about the Pharisees and the scribes, and that they had to change their ways and convert. And they liked it, and they cheered Him on. But you see, my friends, Jesus doesn't want fans and groupies. Jesus wants disciples. Jesus doesn't want people just to be there in awe of Him and watching all that He has to do. He wants them to be full, active, conscious participants in the life of the community and in the church. And so when we talk about discipleship, and in this particular gospel, He's addressing the people that have been following Him. He's not addressing the Pharisees. He's not addressing the rich people. He's saying, look, folks, you've been with me for a period of time. Are you willing to give of yourselves? Are you willing to take up your cross and to follow me? To come with me, He's inviting them. He's not saying, take your sufferings and go off on your own somewhere. No, He's saying, carry your cross. Don't whine about it, but carry it. And come after me, because I will help you in carrying it. You are not alone. That gift of discipleship is something that's not just a one person community. It is a community of people who love one another and who follow Christ, who listen to him. And it's going to take some effort in order to be able to make that happen, because Jesus doesn't want couch potato Catholics. He does not want people who are just going to sit back, chill out, relax, and do nothing. No, he wants us to walk the journey with him. So what does that mean to ensure that we ourselves are on fire with our faith? That we are not just simply consumers of the faith, but that we are active, conscious participants in it. And that means that we participate in the life of the community, that we participate in the life of what he's invited us to be a part of, that we follow his example of loving God and of loving our neighbor, that we take up our issues, our problems, our challenges, whether they be in relationship, whether they be in health, whether they be in finances, in employment, no matter what it may be, whatever our cross is or we are facing today, the Lord is saying, join with me. Don't be alone. Don't just carry your cross and go off wandering somewhere, but rather carry it and be a part of something that is greater. Be a part of something of sharing the beauty of the faith with commitment, with determination, and with a sense of sacrifice. One time a church was constructed and it was built. And when the people walked in, they were in awe of everything. It was just magnificent, beautiful. But when they looked around, they noticed that there were no lights in the church, that there were no lights in there. So when the pastor came out and addressed everybody, and they were very happy with how everything came out, but they were kind of sitting in the dark. And the pastor said, well, the reason that there's no lights here is because every week I'm going to give you a candle. And every week you are to bring that candle back with you, and we'll give you a new one. And when you come here to church, we will light it. And you, as the participants here, will light the church. What a beautiful thought. Now, on the other hand, if you're not here on a particular weekend, then there's going to be darkness in that particular seat that you always sit in. So as a result, what the whole purpose is that, on point is, we're asked to light a candle by our love for Christ, by ensuring that as his disciple, we carry it with us wherever it is that we go in the world this week. Wherever God is taking us, to remember we are not alone, but we are carrying that light of Christ, to be on fire with our faith, to be following him. And it may not be a perfect journey, because none of us are perfect individuals. If you think you are an absolutely perfect individual, I want to meet you, and I want to tell the world that the Messiah has returned. Praise God. So please let me know that. We are not perfect individuals. We are works in progress. And it is that journey of faith that Christ is taking us to. And we don't know how long it's going to take to be perfected. It may be 20 years, it may be 60 years, it may be 90 years until he calls us home. And we will not be perfect till we stand before him. So no matter how long it takes, we say, Lord, I will follow you with my cross, with determination, with effort, and I'm happy to give you that gift of sacrifice, and I will light the journey on the way.